Hi, I'm Stephen Van Oy, and welcome to Clarity Decision Mentoring. In this guided video meditation, we are going to spend time getting to know ourselves better. The inspiration for this meditation comes from my recent blog post where I explore the difficulty, the rarity of having the time to spend with ourselves completely alone and free of distractions, free of looking at our smartphones or watching television, reading materials, even listening to music. All those activities that tune our senses to what's going on outside of us make it difficult to really get to know who we are, how we think, how we behave, and to spend time reflecting on that. Meditation is an excellent tool for doing it, although often we're not really focused on capturing this kind of information in our meditation. We are wanting to become familiar with our minds, so we definitely build up a familiarity of how we think and the patterns that we think about. So it comes naturally when we're doing breathing meditation. Today I want to encourage you to really focus on it. And there are a few things you can do to help. We'd like to record what's happening in our mind as we go so that we don't forget things that appear to us in our meditation. Much like dreams, a lot of what happens in our meditation can be forgotten later. Certainly the highlights stand out. I always encourage people not to worry about things that pop into their mind that feel important, because if they really are, they will come back to you after you're done meditating. But now we want to capture even the little things that come up. You could have a journal next to you and pause and write something down each time. That's pretty distracting, and it's going to pull you out of your meditative state of mind. Another option that's available to us today, those of us with smartphones or computers, cameras, video cameras, is to record. So you could activate the voice memo function of your smartphone and just turn it on as you begin to meditate and let it run. What we're looking for in this meditation are labels of how we're thinking, feeling, and imagining. So I might have a thought about a friend who had something good happen to them recently, and I may feel some joy, some rejoicing. I don't want to get caught up in that story. It's the same kind of meditation that we're usually doing when we're focusing on the breath. But what I'd like to do is just record that aspect of rejoicing. That's all I need. That little cue will help me remember later on what I was thinking about. And in fact, I don't really need to, because what I'm trying to capture are these sorts of things. Likewise, I might have a memory of feeling jealous, resentful, bored, excited, inspired, and so forth. Okay? We want to capture those kinds of ideas and labels. We want to be careful not to think of these as static labels, that I am jealous as a solid, definitive way of being, but that I may experience jealousy. I may experience rejoicing, impatience, frustration, and so forth. Okay. So I really encourage you to use the smartphone technique. You can also just rely on your memory if you're going to do that, but really either way, any way you do this, you're going to want to spend some time when we finish journaling about these labels you've recorded. Okay, this is how we're bringing extra attention to getting to know ourselves to our meditation practice, is to then journal. So if you're recording, you're going to want to listen back to the words that you recorded. If you jotted them down, or you're going to want to scan your memory of your meditation and use that to journal about what you've learned about yourself. And all of this, of course, is in the service of helping us make decisions that we're more satisfied with, because we know ourselves deeply, intimately. I will guide us into the meditation, and then I will play the bowls to provide a foundation for your concentration. You'll be tuning into the feeling of your breath. But as you wander away, as these labels come on, you're going to work really hard not to get distracted by the story that goes with it. Okay? As soon as you hear yourself telling a story, bring your attention back. I like the term I heard recently of following the bell. Follow the bell back to your breath. Okay? So if you want to pause right now to prepare yourself with your phone or your journal, that'd be great. You can pause. And then we'll begin. So as always, we want to settle into our meditative posture. However you are doing this, whether you're sitting in a chair or on the floor, in a cushion, on a bench, doesn't matter. Just find your meditation posture. I'm going to do that for myself, so I'm going to lower my eyes, bring my chin down a bit. I'm going to take my left hand, set my right hand in it, put the tips of my thumbs together and rest them right here in my lap, with my elbows loose and comfortable. Lowering my chin just a bit to assure that my spine is straight. I'm lowering my eyes. And as I begin to settle in, I want to clearly state my intention, which is to use this meditation to become more familiar with who I am as a person, how I think about myself and the world, the feelings that go along with that, how I imagine myself being in the world, or remember my life. That's what's happening when we're not in the present moment, right? Is we're either remembering things from the past or fantasizing about how we want things to be or how we think things will be in the future. So we don't have to try to do that. We can just focus on our breath. And if you've done this at all before, you know your mind will wander off. You're just going to note what the quality of that wandering is about, and then return to the breath. Let go of the story, return to the breath. All right, let's begin. As your mind wanders, just note the quality of your thinking, feeling, and imagery. Let the story go and bring your attention back to your breath. Now just very gently bring your attention away from your breath, back into the room, what's going on around you. Very gently noticing the transition, being aware of the changes in our state of mind from our meditation to our everyday waking time. Now that wasn't really very long, but I'm sure you have a lot of material to reflect on and journal about. I want to encourage you to take this up as a regular practice. Maybe make it a weekly part of your meditation practice. Maybe for a few days you could really focus on it. See what comes out and how this knowledge may help you as you think about the decisions that you make in your life. And as always, take the time to be grateful to yourself for having carved out this time in your busy life, made this effort, focus on something positive for yourself, something that will ring out and affect not only you, but the people in your lives. And I look forward to meditating with you again soon.